How do you address that with the team? What's your philosophy for approaching that?
I just did.
What's your post-game message after a tough loss like that and kind of on top of some other recent tough losses?
To you?
As you watch the film, what do you recall about your thought process in the moment? Sticking with the 5 you stuck with in the fourth quarter the other day. And is there an assistant or someone maybe that you'll lean on tonight, maybe to try to get, some other guys involved if that opportunity presents itself?
Are you saying that because I'm inexperienced and that was an inexperienced decision that I made? You think I don't talk to my assistants about substitutions every single timeout?
No, I just think there's a lot of coaches lean on their assistants in those situations.
As do I,
There's a lot going
every
on.
single time. That's a weird assumption.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you the Better Than Darvin Ham Award, given to that special someone who gets to say that they're in fact a better head coach than Darvin Ham. The winner of this award might have played his starters the entire second half of Game 4, burning them out in a game they choked, but boy, did he yell better than Darvin Ham ever could. He really proved he deserved his job, even though he had 0 head coaching experience, and the only reason he was hired was because he had a podcast with the best player. But I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. The winner of this award, of course, is JJ Redick. Congrats, JJ. You were definitely better than Darvin Ham. But it's time to get serious. JJ Redick may not be a terrible head coach, but his arrogance, combined with his lack of experience, makes him insufferable. And that does take away from his coaching ability.
And I had to let a white guy tell you before I start saying it. JJ Redick wanted to be a head coach because he thinks he knows everything. Well, I'm not going to go that far into it. It's a lot of people that's going to be replaced next year. JJ Redick is just one piece. I was waiting to do this at a different time. But JJ Redick is one of the people that they're reevaluating. No one's gone yet. But his job is definitely in peril. Luka Doncic does not like him. He doesn't like him. For a head coach, does not like JJ Redick. So because of this, he's a LeBron guy. He played with Luka, and they brought him there so that he could coach Luka, and they have a relationship, but that relationship soured during the season, where JJ was feeling himself as a real head coach instead of the babysitter that he actually is. So now this created a bigger problem and a headache and an ego that's already there. See, JJ Redick problems go back to his Duke days where he was a racist, narcissistic human being. And now his NBA playing career, he was pretty much, in my opinion, a racist, narcissistic human being. And now he's a Los Angeles Lakers head coach where he proves to be he is a racist, narcissistic human being. Still, it's there. He just masks it very well. He was like that at ESPN. JJ Redick feels entitled. And this entitlement is what is his prison. For instance, JJ Redick was involved in one of the biggest scandals in Duke history, right? We all remember that. Well, the majority of us remember that. And Redick's excuse for this action was the fact that, hey, that girl, they come over here at the black school, basically, and they ask for this. You know, they come over, they come over there, they fake this stuff all the time. They lie all the time. He knows nothing about them. So when he was hired as the Lakers coach and the black woman came out and said that That's the white man that called her the N-word. Everybody was dismissive. Now, JJ Redick has been quite the individual right? He's been quite the individual, to say the least. Everything he's done has caused nothing but chaos and turmoil amongst the team. Here's where things get wild. There are millions of other people that have come along and have done what JJ Redick has done. Millions have coached throughout the years of players, different personalities, everything. JJ is not good at balancing personalities because he only cares about the voice that comes out of his mouth. He only cares what he says. Everything else is following whatever the orders are that's given. So he doesn't feel he's able to coach the team. He feels, I got to deal with the shit show I've inherited because no one else would hire an inexperienced coach who doesn't know what he's doing. And when he gets called out on the fact he doesn't know what he's doing, he doubles down with what he doesn't know. So when he was trying to prove a point to the team by snatching him out of the game early, saying DeAndre Ayton can't catch a basketball, which he can't, but to call him out at the podium, talk about Hachimura, and he's trying to get everybody that, hey, everybody's job ain't safe. And he pulled Vanderbilt out of the game. He's like, I'm sending a message to the team. And Vanderbilt was ready to rip his head off. Like, what did I even do? It's all theatrical. To make it look like I'm no nonsense, I'm coaching this team, and this is how it's going to be going forward. It's a problem. It is an absolute problem. And now JJ Redick causing these issues and problems before the playoff starts. It's even worse. When you upset and you embarrass Luka Doncic, he's going to lose a lot of trust in you. He's not going to trust that you know what you're doing. LeBron has no more trust in you. You're the guy that he wanted, that he was cool with. Then he saw the organization's move. Is that this is Luka's team now. You're the guy that's on the way out. That's your role. Stop trying to fight Austin Reeves for that position. That's Austin's job. You're the third string. So LeBron fought it in the media. They had to cut that out. He fought it everywhere he can. Trying to get the people to say, it's LeBron's team. LeBron can do what he want to do. Let LeBron be LeBron, man. So when they took that narrative and that perspective and decided that this is going to be the way we're going to move going forward, it's over. It is absolutely over. Now, I want people to understand something. I'm not a bad guy. If a person can coach, I'm going to tell you they can coach. I have no problem in telling you a guy can coach when they can coach. Darvin Ham came through and coached his team because he can. JJ Redick is the type that makes excuses. And the reason he makes excuses because he can't handle the fact that he's just not looked at or respected by any head coach in the league. Why would they respect you? You walked your way in. You walked straight to the top of the line. People that didn't put in work, you think your assistant coaches respect you? They don't. Let's take you to something that you didn't know about. JJ Redick, the player. Right? Let's go to JJ Redick.
JJ Redick was on the
JJ Redick, the player, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go there. Listen to this with his issue with Doc Rivers.
record, getting on you pretty adamantly about some of the things that you were saying once you ultimately ended up in Milwaukee and talked about passing a buck or whatever. Did you two ever talk about that? Did you ever resolve that with one another?
No. JJ's had a problem with me for a while, and that's fine. Players do. One thing when you coach, Stephen A., you can be called a player's coach or whatever you want to be called. But if you make decisions that the player doesn't agree with, in JJ's case, we didn't cite him back. With the Clippers, I stopped playing him as much because he wasn't very effective in the playoffs. And usually they all come back to you. They do because they know everything you tried to teach them or do for them wasn't good. JJ Redick's best numbers of his career was under one coach, and you're looking at him right here. I'm the one that grabbed him out of Milwaukee and decided to start him. From that point on, his career took off. So overall, nothing but love for JJ.
JJ Redick was on the record getting on you.
Now, why would JJ Redick do that? Because he feels, it was Stan Van Gundy in Orlando. It's always someone else's fault. So this was his attitude as a player. Whenever they failed, it was someone else's fault. He was at Duke. Coach K and those guys wouldn't let me do X, Y, and Z. If they'd have just cut me loose and let me just do the offense I wanted to do, I knew I could take advantage. Now it's Coach K's fault. When is it going to be JJ Redick's fault? We seem to never get that answer to the equation. He was at the Pelicans in New Orleans. You didn't leave the NBA. You quit the NBA because your job was just a role player. You didn't want to go on the road no more. And you was like, man, I'm not playing as much. You sucked. He played you less and less and moved you to the bench because you were ineffective in the playoffs. Ineffective for the Clippers in the playoffs. So he had to move you. He saw your capabilities. Is that when the pressure is on and the lights are bright, you come up small. Now, that was you as a player. How are you as a coach? So far, this is his second year, right? We saw no difference from what happened last year to what happened the previous year with Darvin Ham. Except for the players played much harder with Darvin Ham than they did with you. They were able to quit and blame the coach. Now you're the coach that they're blaming. And then you're blaming them because you don't want to accept any responsibility. You're blaming your assistants. You want to throw the blame everywhere else except putting it all on your shoulders so that they can go out and do their jobs. You got to be right all the time at the expense of your own team. JJ has always had this problem. He had it at ESPN, where Kendrick Perkins wanted to actually put hands on him. When he accused Kendrick Perkins of being a racist. It is crazy. This is why I often say these type of people are where they are because of the relationships they have. But you can sense the energy that they have. And the energy does not match up to what they represent on the court or as a coach or how they supposed to be connecting, right? So when you see it, you go, okay, this is some bull. This dude is fake and phony. It's like, dude, I know you don't like me. You ain't got to pretend. It's oozing through your skins and pores. Your fake laugh. It's like, you don't like me. It's cool. You don't have to like me. You can breathe. Oh, good. I hate Negroes. Oh, God, I hate you guys. You guys are so much better than me. Oh, God. All right. Whew. Yeah, I just hate you guys, man, because you guys got all this and could slam dunk, could jump all over the place, couldn't get on the court. I know the X's and O's better than you guys, but I don't get to play that much because I'm not 6'9", 6'10". Bullshit. They'll be like, there you go, JJ Redick. Let it all out. Let it all out, JJ. Let it all out. So JJ Redick is causing problems on the team already. That might, and he probably already got the memo that Mark Walters is looking to replace everybody next season. The team is going to be reshaped. There's some things going on in development that I can't tell you until the season is over. And when the season is over, you're going to see why I didn't say anything and why they told me to just be quiet, sit on it. Don't say nothing. So I'm like, so I got to sit on it. And they watching my videos too. They know I got to sit on it. So I'm like, it's okay. I'm going to sit on it. Don't worry. I'm going to wait till the entire NBA season is over. That means playoffs and all. And then I'm going to run it all down. Reverse racism is no racism at all. But Caitlin Clark, they didn't like the privilege that Caitlin Clark was getting. And making Angel Reese the villain. That's what black people didn't like. Black people that like Caitlin Clark, they just didn't like that, what came along with Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin is just a basketball player. She's not a problem at all. And she wasn't going to play into that, what they were trying to build her up to be. She wasn't going to do that. Well, no, it's the problem with them. They just put up their final and 15th member, which was Nick Smith Jr. And some players, they wanted Cole Anthony to be put on the team instead of Nick Smith Jr. Nick Smith Jr. can shoot. And with a team like this, with Luka, you're going to want, if you put a 15 man in the game, you're going to want a guy in there that could shoot and can move without the ball. Cole Anthony's shooting has been his problem. Yes, he's a better defender than Nick Smith Jr., but they needed that on the court whatsoever, so the way I look at it is pretty, I would say, dangerous in most states, in most positions. But if you look at JJ Redick's teams, they're not known for fighting back. They're known for quitting. And same thing, coaching problems through and through. No defense, no attempt at defense.
This stuff.
Let's listen to awful coach and break it down. Oh, I love it. I love it because it shows and gives you a prime example of who this individual actually is as a basketball player.
Will get the Lakers popped in the playoffs. You're playing the Thunder, best team in basketball.
Listen to
popped
this.
In the fucking playoffs. You're playing the Thunder, best team in basketball on net.
Popped in the playoffs.
Popped in the fucking playoffs. You're playing the Thunder, best team in basketball on national TV. Is it too much to ask DeAndre Ayton to sprint back in transition? Are you?
First quarter, 7 minutes and 25 seconds. Now, this effort, I can't blame on JJ Redick because, yes, look, they jog up the court. The Lakers are known for this. LeBron, and you can see he's going to jog. Right? Nobody picks up the ball. Jake is trying to communicate with the team, but no one's listening. Look, LeBron's slate on the play. Look at Luka's body language. Right? See, this is when they're at full strength. At full strength, that was the worst transition defense I've ever seen. It was so non-existent. As Jake is looking at LeBron like, I told you, I was communicating to you. LeBron like, I'm 41. I ain't going to run back. Now, look, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Lakers have 5 individuals back, ladies and gentlemen. 5. Now, with 5 individuals back, you would think there's no way the Los Angeles Lakers could screw this up, right? They got 5 individuals back. Let's see what happens next. J-Dub got the ball. Watch what's happening. You know, Luke Kennard, that this is going to be a pick, right? So you got to make a decision. Are you going to get up on the pick and go around it? What are you going to do, Luke Kennard? You cannot sit right there. You know Hartenstein is going to pick you. And instead of blitzing this quick before Hartenstein can get there, unless you got a peripheral vision like Rocky Balboa and can't see nothing until it's actually hitting you in the face. Now, yeah, look at this. Look, so J-Dub could go that way, and he can get picked up by Jackson Hayes, who's athletic enough to do so. Jackson Hayes is pretty much waiting for it. Instead, he lets him roll. So Jackson Hayes knows he's got to get up here. LeBron doesn't even chip the guy. And they let him go coast to coast. Well, there's nothing they're going to do with J-Dub anyway, because he's going to explode on Luke Kennard. But let's go back to earlier in the game, right? I want you to see this clearly. Now, look at this. J-Dub is sizing the team up and see what they're trying to do. All right? So it looks like they're going to create a wall here to try to stop J-Dub from penetrating, to force the ball out of J-Dub's hands so he doesn't drive. Okay, Luka is watching Chet Holmgren, who's going to take him out of the way to really free things up for Dort. Now you got Aiden in the middle, Bron here, zip, they go right to Dort, easy shot. Easy, no defense. They just take advantages of the holes in the defense. The Lakers can't guard man. And if you can't guard man, it's going to be very hard for you to win without the assistance of the referees every given time. Now look at this. Aiden's on the ball handler. Look at LeBron. What the hell are you doing? Why are you standing here? Either you're going to help out or not. But why are you helping out on Harkenstein or Harkenstein? J-Dub's on the floor. Here he comes. Zip. All the way around, coast to coast. That's too easy. That should never happen to a Los Angeles Laker player on a simple pick and roll. That makes no sense for that to even occur. Let's take another look. They run the same plays on the Lakers because they realize the Lakers cannot guard man. So here it looks like they're going to play man, right? You got Shea being guarded by Ryu. So Shea sees this right away. He already sees where he's going to go. I can get by my defender, no problem. His feet is not even set to defend. So now he gets Luke Kennard versus him. So he's like, I can go coast to coast. I can just kick this straight up, right off the glass. That's too easy. For an NBA player, that is too easy. Now, it's all about matchups. Hachimura, why is your knees bent? You should be already in go mode. JJ Redick says nothing. He's just sitting there. He's not fired up. He's not saying a word. He's just going through the motions, right? So Ryu Hachimura is not even in running position. Shea is already gone. Look at J-Dub's position. Look at J-Dub. You see how J-Dub is? You see them arms? You see them legs? He's already running. Look, this fool still got his feet together. Like, what the fuck was you waiting on? You should be already down the court. You should be here already, trying to cut a slow Shea down so the rest of your team can catch up. LeBron didn't help because he decided not to even run. He know what this is. Everybody's going to be open. You can go to J-Dub right now to set it up for Dort. You see it coming. Austin's behind it. There's nothing he could do. He can't catch up to J-Dub. They go right to Dort. Reeves just puts a hand up because that's all he could do. Look, we've seen awful basketball decisions made on the court, and they saying, man, this is just picking on the Lakers. It's really not. It's actually breaking down poor coaching, poor execution, poor personnel decisions. And Darvin Ham was slaughtered over this. They slaughtered Darvin Ham when his team never played like this. They never played this bad defensively. And this is 2 years of it. Exactly. So when you see this situation continue like a spiraling ball rolling downhill, you feel empowered because you feel corrected. This validates all your statements. This validates everything that you're talking about and speaking on. But you want to blame Darvin Ham. And this is Doc's last year coaching and where he's supposed to hand the reins over to Darvin Ham. Now, let's take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We go back to the tape. Here we go. Cooper flag night. Let's get to how do you lose to this team if you're taken seriously? One, Bronny James is in the game. For what? I have no idea. And you have LeBron James on the court with him. Now, I understand communication is not existent with the Lakers, but you're in a drop coverage against guys who can do whatever they want. I know it's the beginning of the game. You just want to see what they do, but what the hell was you doing? Oh, my God. Look at this. This is how bad it is. Rewind this back. Look at this. Why are there 1, 2, 3, 4 Lakers here? You got 2 players not even being picked up by anybody. Miscommunication in the second quarter. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. And no one can figure out what the Dallas Mavericks are doing? Are you serious? Now, Maxi Kleber's in the game. He's trying to figure out what it is that we're doing here. Now, Maxi Kleber is Luka's friend. He does not like JJ Redick. They cannot stand Redick. They think he's almost like an idiot when it comes to his approach for basketball. So Luka and Maxi Kleber, those guys played in Dallas, and they know where guys are supposed to be. So he goes in that. He said, hey, I'm here to run the way you want to run your offense. Where do you want me to be? I know where I need to be, but I know you don't want me to be there. That messes up your plan, JJ Redick. So tell me where you want me to be. And when it don't work, don't yell at me. I did everything you required me to do. Everything you required of me. Open shots, open shots, open shots. Everything's open. The referee and the coach is open too. But look, Redick says nothing. He's just watching. Bad defense. Hachimura, bad positioning on defense. Bad feet. Everybody knows this on the scouting report. You can attack Ryu Hachimura, bad positioning of your feet in transition. Jake can't do anything. You're going to have an open shot. LeBron's a cone. You know exactly what's happening here, right? Now, look, that's Jacob Larabia trying to help out. He's supposed to step up a little bit more to slow him down. He doesn't want to foul him. Just want to slow him up a little bit so LeBron have a chance being the anchor. Get it? Now here, what does this man do? Aiden's just sitting back watching. Like, that's on y'all. So now he's going to drop it back to an open PJ and bang. In the NBA, you can't give guys shots like that. That's why 41-year-old guys don't run the court and play in the NBA. Look at this. Now, this is simple AAU basketball, right? This is where you're supposed to learn this, right? Get up on that guy. But Aiden doesn't give back up on the guy because JJ Redick doesn't request him to. He wants him to stay right there in his spot. So he doesn't. And now he's waiting for Cooper Flag to come on in. Well, he's coming in. Where is Aiden? Out of position. Now, oh my God, Bronny James is doing a textbook defensive pose, but JJ Redick is watching how awful this is. It's like, first of all, you got too much weight bent over Bronny James. If this guy goes by you, your feet ain't gonna be able to recover. You should be standing straighter. Why are you bent all the way over like you finna pick up something off the goddamn package from off the floor at UPS or something? Look, he's like he's about to pick up a package from FedEx off the ground. Let me get this. You don't bend all the way over with your top weight, Bronny James. You're not going to be able to recover when he blow by your ass. And he sees this, right? They got a wrestling match going on with him and Powell. So it's like, okay, should I wait for this or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? But he sees Bronny James is all bent over and like the hunchback whale of Notre Dame. So he said, well, let me cross this fool and go. Because I can. Boop. Oh, I got him once. I got him twice. Oh, gosh. Now, the ball is kicked out real fast. Another half-ass defense by LeBron. Another 3 result. Now, you're looking at this again, right? JJ not giving any instructions. He's watching. Well, I don't know what notes he was taking in this, but the game is close now. It's 116, 121 with 4 minutes to go. You would think JJ would be implementing some coaching advice right about now, right? Trying to close down the stretch. Here comes Cooper Flag, one-on-one with Jake. He's got length and athleticism to get by him. The anchor of defense, the roll-off defender, is Luke Kennard. So now Luke is with his guy where he's supposed to be. This is up to LeBron and your big man. LeBron should not leave his position, ever. LeBron, how many times was you going to get burnt with that? Look at this. How many times is LeBron going to get burnt? This is like the 3rd time in the game they suck LeBron in and kick it to the corner. You let Jackson Hayes, who's 6'10", 6'11", come in this paint and help out. His man is down low. If Cooper Flag's going to do anything, it'll be over there for a 2. You don't leave the guy open for 3 who been hitting from that spot all night on your old dumb ass. But here we go. Look, no defensive posture, just standing there. Now he wants to make an explosion. I'm going to hedge, and what you're supposed to do is hedge and get back so Jackson can come over and help. Who was going to help? He was there, but you give up another goddamn 3. How many times did we see that? That was not instant replay. That was that dummy getting burnt once again. Well, LeBron got what he wants. He got the show. The stage is yours, LeBron. Go on out in a blaze of glory.
I would be really cautious.
Well, it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot to absorb. And when you got No. JJ Redick? Come on. Redick is what we know him to be. You see, Lee Wong James. Lee Wong James. He's only good in China, baby. this clown can go over and participate in China. We don't care about him. We don't care about JJ Redick. Because, see, all of these people and what they bring to the table is BS. I tried to tell people, they didn't want to believe it. Well, we're going to find out because we're going to find out. The NBA don't have to like me. They know what I bring to the table. They just don't want to accept it. We know what you are at your core, JJ. You're racist. We know. You don't have to hide it. My thing is, don't hide it, JJ. We know what you are. We remember what you did at Duke. We remember the arrests. We remember your entitlement. Look at him. Does that guy look like he's about equality? Does that man look and have the look like, hey, he thought I could drink, I could do whatever I want to do. He has that mentality since Duke. That's the real JJ Redick. The same JJ you see now who has to pretend he's cool with blacks. He has to pretend he's not racist. He has to pretend because he really can't stand you. That's who JJ Redick is. Yeah, that's his arrest photo. They was like, oh, he was in college. It's always an excuse when you're white. They knew about JJ Redick. They didn't care. They knew about all his ways. They just didn't care. Redneck. Oh, man. I mean, what is there more that we could say that hadn't been said before? Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Ticket TV, Dreamers Pro, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Don't forget to hit the like button. Welcome to HDIITV. Armando Black TV. Shouts out to all those gentlemen. Don't forget to subscribe to their pages also. Oh, no. Hit that like button up. Everybody except Ticket. Hit the subscribe button. All those wonderful things, right? Now, let's get to this. JJ Redick. A lot has went into making this guy a head coach. This guy wasn't very effective as a what you would call an NBA player. He had a stellar career as far as having something that would keep him around from team to team. But what people liked was his knowledge of the game. JJ's very smart. JJ knows the plays. JJ knows this. JJ knows that. Now, I'm not saying people could not change and people could have redemption stories, but what you've heard about JJ Redick and his past is coming back to haunt him, as this woman came out and said these things about JJ Redick, because I'd never been called the N-word before, only once on campus, and it was this guy. And she was a credible human being. And you never seen anybody really like blow it off. This was kind of picked up by other sporting channels and everything else making these comments about JJ Redick. Normally they would just say, and move forward, but they didn't ignore this. And that was an alarm. That's to let you know that this wasn't just blah, blah, blah. And just a person saying this without any evidence, any proof of anything. This person just said it and they took it at face value enough to put it on a sports show. And she had to clarify, like, hey, I'm not saying people couldn't change, blah, 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 but I hadn't really seen or I haven't really followed him. And then when he became the head coach of the Lakers and I saw him, that's who it was, JJ Redick. There's been people that come out and say, it don't surprise me. Then his DUI arrests. Then there's other things that was happening. So me, actually know someone that has played with him his entire career at Duke. And they'll never go on record to say these things that you're about to hear. So just listen. This person has great admiration for JJ. JJ was like one of this guy's best, best teammate, friend, considered him a homie, was cool. Nothing out of the ordinary with him, except in practice, and he just thinks, it's the heat of the moment. They're having a game and he's on the B sent side. They put him on the B team or the second unit. And all of a sudden, there is a play that isn't run correctly, and he got a hip check that he didn't like. JJ got a hip check, and he said, hey, watch that, that hip check. And he came around, and this was another player, not the person that I know. And the guy, again, set the screen and did a hip check. And JJ takes the liberty to go up to the guy. The guy's much bigger than JJ. And JJ walks up to him and say, hey, you mother effer, ba, 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 and made a racial statement towards the person who was also white. The person he stepped to was white. But he instantly went to a racial white slur towards that player. Stereotypical too. And the assistant coach has gotten involved. And once the assistant coaches stepped up, there was no difference. He told the assistant coach to shut the F up. You don't know it, blah, 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 blah. And I believe this coach name is Steve Wojciechowski or whatever. He's like an assistant coach. He told him, you don't know it, sit down. And, it was quite shocking, that he was like treated in such a way and nobody could tell him anything. And that was surprising that happened in a Duke practice. Coach K wasn't there running practice. I believe Johnny Dawkins was at the time, but Coach K wasn't there when this incident happened. They took care of it. It was done. There was no problems. And this was the first time that this guy was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of individual. He would party with you, like drink beers, have a blast. It was great to be around. But then he had the other side that was hidden. And it came out in moments you would never expect. And that's him. That's JJ. The JJ. The JJ Redick. Now, when you see certain aspects of what a person is supposed to be about, what their actions are, you don't understand that there are different levels to like everything that takes place. And when you are put on a pedestal, these people will try to find ways to tear you apart. They will find a way, 100%, to find a way to try to tear you down. It's what they do. It's the nature of what they say, the beast, the whole wheel that everybody is spinning around. This is what they want to provide to you. This is what they want to bring to the forefront. This is the image that they want to portray to you. JJ, the young coach. We got to get these young looking coaches in here. But JJ is the one with very little experience. Yes, he played in the NBA. Yes, he might know some X's and O's, but the game is a lot deeper than that. No, the problem that's going on with the Lakers are the lineups. And that's where the players and the team, they're not happy with some of the lineups. LeBron is not liking the lineups. And he wanted to fit more of his style of play, where he wants more Hachimura and Vanderbilt to help him out on defense. So they're pretty much telling him, like, okay, you're going to get what you want. We're going to put that lineup out there anyway. Well, what we're getting and what we're seeing are two different realities. What we're seeing is that we're put into this reality where when people look at it, they're getting something entirely different It's bad decisions, bad substitutions in critical situations can cost you games. Sticking with somebody because, LeBron wants them on the court rather than trying to win the game could cost the Los Angeles Lakers. Did I hear his job was going to be on the line? I heard that earlier in the season when they were in 6th place. And Luka brought the team back, and they got to 3rd place when LeBron James was out. Mm-hmm. Luka, you mean the refs brought them back? Well, yeah, the refs is going to bring them back without a doubt. That's what. Well, when you put into this element of things you can do that other people can't do, there is an element of knowing how to manage personalities. Luka has his own personality. LeBron has his own personality. Luka is the star of the team now. LeBron is not. He's the lowering star of the team. So you have what Luka wants to do. You have what LeBron wants to do. You have what the organization wants to do. Now you have an organization that's having a change. And Tim Walters is making a change this year with the Los Angeles Lakers. Jenny Buss has no power. So Jenny being there, and she's the governor. She's the face. They're paying her to just be the face, run around, act as if you're still a part of the Lakers organization. That's her job. She's done. Her whole family's out. The Buss family has nothing to do with the Lakers anymore. They're done. So now, yeah, I know Dr. Buss would be very pissed about what happened, but he cannot compete with Ballmer. Family-ran businesses cannot continue at this pace and maintain. They would be out of the door immediately. So now the whole slate is changed. Where people are making adjustments, they're moving to other, venues, they're moving to other spots, like all the concert money. And I've told you guys this. Everything I've told y'all have come true. like everything with Ballmer and all of this stuff with the Clippers Stadium. They bought the Forum too, so they own that. So they couldn't get in the way. It's like, look, the Lakers was trying to hold on all they could. They got to spend money that they don't have to renovate their stadium that they got. They got to build a new one. And they might have to play at the Clippers facility. So they're going to have to pay the Clippers rent to play there. All right. Well, you're renting from them. No, they don't understand that. I don't really think so. Now I'm watching the Pistons game. It's a rout. It's pretty much the last. They're on the road in Indiana. They just. I think if we broke it all down, he said, I know you and LeBron have differences, but you can at least admit he's one of the greats. No, he's not. LeBron James is 1,179 on the all-time greatest players list, in my opinion. He said, I meant when KD chokes in the first round. OKC will send the Lakers to Cancun in the second round. No. LeBron isn't one of the best players. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. He's an okay passer. Got me in a chokehold. Oh, hell no. Y'all want to talk about that bum. He's the reason JJ Redick finna get fired. So you can take that to the bank. But we got a lot more videos to get off. So let me go ahead and start getting those ready for y'all. All right, cool.